Is it time to replace the battery in your Pixel 6a? Don't stress it. This is a quick and easy repair that will get you back to full battery life in no time. Let's get started. For this repair, you will need isopropyl alcohol, iFixit thermal paste, an eye opener, an anti-clamp, iFixit opening picks, tweezers, a spudger, a lint-free cloth, and a T3 torque driver. For replacement parts, you'll need your new battery, replacement battery adhesive, and replacement display adhesive. We also suggest using our fix mat to stay organized while taking the phone apart. We also recommend that when it's time to do your repair, make sure that you're following the step-by-step guide on iFixit.com. You'll find the most up-to-date information, tips from experienced users, and suggestions from other users who have done the repair. Before you begin, make sure your phone is at or below 25% battery and fully powered off, as a fully charged battery can catch fire if damaged during the repair. Let's get started. Position the anti-clamp suction cups near the middle right edge of the phone and pull the handle forward to lock the arms. Turn the handle 360 degrees clockwise until the cups start to stretch. Then, heat an eye opener and thread it through the anti-clamp's arms so it lays on the edge of the phone. After waiting at least a minute, the adhesive should release and create an opening. It's important to note that prying at the screen seam can damage your phone. When inserting a pick, you need to insert the pick into the bezel seam below the screen seam. Once you make a gap, insert an opening pick no more than 3.5 millimeters to prevent damage. Slide the opening pick along the right edge, making sure you only insert it about 3.5 millimeters to avoid damaging the phone, and leave it in the right corner to prevent the clips from relocking. Insert a second opening pick at the top edge and slide it until you reach the top left corner. When slicing around the front camera, only insert the pick up to 3 millimeters to avoid damaging the lens. With a third opening pick, slide along the left edge until you reach the bottom corner, and finally, repeat the same process for the bottom edge of the screen. Lift the right edge of the screen towards the left side like opening a book, and avoid twisting or moving it too far from the frame to prevent damage to the flex cable. The display cable bracket is secured with metal clips and requires some force to release. Insert tweezers into the opening at the upper end, pushing inwards and prying up to remove it. Use the tip of an opening pick to disconnect the display flex cable by prying the connector straight up. The screen should be completely free now. Carefully peel up the silver tape connecting the midframe and top speaker, and the tape covering both sides of the USB port. There are a total of 16 T3 torque screws securing the midframe to the phone. Remove those screws and then insert a spudger between the top of the midframe and the frame, and pry up to release it from its clips. Use the flat end of your spudger to clean off most of the old thermal paste, and then go in with isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free cloth or a cotton swab to clean off any remaining residue. Then use a spudger to disconnect the battery cable by prying the connector straight up from its socket. If your device has a 5G millimeter wave antenna, remove the screw securing it and disconnect the bracket's clip and press connector. Also, if your device has a battery spacer, insert an opening pick between the plastic and the battery to create a gap big enough to fit tweezers. Then, use the tweezers to remove the battery spacer. Do the same with the battery pull tabs. We're almost there now, just a few more steps. Heat your eye opener and apply it to the back of the device for 2 minutes, being careful not to overheat the device. The case should feel just slightly too hot to the touch. Peel the plastic pull tabs away from the battery, and then pull the tabs back and forth in a sawing motion along the length of the battery to separate the adhesive. Take your time with this, and apply more heat if needed. If the battery release strip didn't do the trick, we've got a guide on iFixit.com that walks you through the process of using isopropyl alcohol to free the battery. Finally, tilt the battery out of the device to separate the remaining adhesive. Before you install a new battery, be sure to clean any old adhesive residue out of the battery well. Reconnect the battery to the motherboard and then remove the adhesive backing. Ensure the battery is sitting centrally and then press it firmly into place. Now that your new battery is in, reconnect the 5G millimeter wave antenna if you have it. Apply a small dot of thermal paste to the motherboard and reattach the midframe. Use your T3 torque screwdriver to fasten the 16 screws securing the midframe, and then reapply the silver tape if you still have it. Next, clean any residual adhesive or debris from the frame and screen using a small amount of isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free cloth or microfiber cloth. To reinstall the display, begin by attaching new display adhesive. Find the proper orientation for the adhesive with the clear liner facing down. Use the loudspeaker cutout to help you. Now you can peel the clear liner off and apply it onto the frame. Start with the bottom or top edge, making corrections as you go. Use a spudger to press along the perimeter of the adhesive and peel off the main liner. Check to make sure there are no remaining protective liners in the front-facing camera hole or sensor cutout, and then reconnect the display and reinstall the display cable bracket. Power on your phone to test all functions before sealing it up again. If everything works the way it should, power off your phone and continue working. Once you're ready to seal up the phone, peel off the final liner from the bottom edge of the frame and press the screen into place. Great job! You've successfully replaced your Google Pixel 6a battery. Let us know in the comments below if you were able to repair your Pixel 6a, and if you have any tips for future fixers, make sure to leave them on the guide on iFixit.com.